Hi, I'm Terri Mays. Today I'm going to show you the physical tapping points that you tap on your body so you can begin using this incredible stress relieving technique at home immediately. There's 9 basic points we'll go over today. There are other points, but this is the basic 9 algorithm. It begins with a setup statement. Setup statement is where you state your problem. You state what it is that you're worried about. It could be anything from worrying about your grandmother to stress over your test, anything at all. Whatever is your problem, you state it during the setup. And you state, well, even though I have this problem, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. And you say that while you're tapping on the first point, which is called the setup point, here on the karate chop. Now it's called the karate chop because if you've ever seen anyone hits karate, they use this part of their hand. You can see it this way. It's so forgiving. It doesn't matter if you do one hand or do the other hand. It doesn't matter. You can't get it wrong. Remember that. This is one thing you cannot get wrong. You have 100% already. Okay, so what you do is you tap, this is the setup. Then after you state your problem with your setup, then the first point that I like to use is the eyebrow. It's literally right at, see where the start of the eyebrow hair? And you can do both sides, you can do one side, you can do, and I like to go across so I get both of them. Then the next point is called side of eye. The side of eye is literally, if you follow that bony ridge, can you see it? Let's see, there it is. Right along that bony ridge is not in the temple. It's on that bony ridge right there. Let me take off my glasses and see if that helps you. So the eyebrow, then follow the bony ridge, then you tap on the side there. The next point is under the eye. Follow that bony ridge right under the eye. And you tap there. It's not down in the cheek. It's on that bone. Okay, on the bony part. You feel it? Do this. Tap along with me. I hope you're tapping along with me. Then the next, oh, and by the way, when you're tapping, you don't tap so lightly that you don't feel it. We're tapping like knock, 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 knock. Wake up. This meridian's getting fixed. Wake up. So, yes, are you almost done? Like you're bored on the table. So under the eye. Then the next point is under the nose. Under the nose, right? Can you see that crease right there? Yeah, you just tap right there. Next point is commonly called the chin, but it's actually not tapping on the chin, but it's in that groove right under the lip. Some do call it under the lip, under mouth. Next point is the collarbone. Now the collarbone, I'll step back so you can kind of see. The collarbone is right where those knobby spots are. Now some people use their whole hand to make sure they get it. Some people go both hands, gorilla. Some do one across like I usually do. Next point is underarm. I know this is starting to get pretty silly, right? Now you're going to go underarm. The underarm is found 4 inches below the armpit. Women, you'll be able to find it usually right at your bra line. You can tap it across. You can do a nice hug, or like I commonly do, one hand. Whatever works for you. Remember, you can't get it wrong. Now as if this is not silly enough, the last point is on top of the head. Have fun with it. So that is a basic 9 points. The setup and the additional 8. Let me get my glasses on so I can see you better. To give you an example, let's go through one series. A series is usually 2, maybe 3 rounds. With that, it's not about saying the perfect words. Everyone gets so worried about what to say. They look for scripts to say. They look for things to read. It's really about how you're feeling. You stimulate those points that we just went over while you're stating how you feel. As an example, the setup, let's start. Take a deep breath. Let's start. I always like to start with a deep breath. Okay. I'm going to tap on my karate chop, and I'm going to, even though I have all this stress about this test tomorrow, I choose to accept myself anyway. Even though I have all this stress on this test tomorrow, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have all this stress and worry about this test tomorrow, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Now to the points. Eyebrow. So much stress. I have so much stress. Side of eye. So much stress. I have this test and I'm so worried about it. Under eye. I have this test and I'm so worried about it. I'm really stressed over this test. Under nose. I'm really stressed over this test tomorrow. Chin. I'm so stressed over this test tomorrow. Collarbone. I'm so stressed over this test tomorrow. I really don't know what to do. I'm so stressed and worried over how I'll do with this test tomorrow. Top of head. I'm so stressed over this test tomorrow. Take a breath. Now that's just stating the problem. Now you might find that as you've gone through and started stating the problem, maybe a few more things bubbled up. Maybe now you're thinking a little bit more about worrying about how your answers are or what your teachers or about the consequences of that test. So whatever your worries, doesn't matter, you can't get it wrong. Let's tap on those. So now you're tapping on that eyebrow point and you're tapping on, I'm so worried about my test results. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get into Mr. Smith's class next year like I want to. I'm so worried and stressed over this test tomorrow. And if you can, be specific about the test. If it's a math test or if it's a certain subject of a particular test you're worried about, then go ahead and state that. Say, I'm so worried about the math test tomorrow. I'm worried that I'm not going to pass the math test tomorrow. I'm so stressed if I'm going to remember the answers. I feel so bad. I just wonder about if I'm ever going to pass this test. I'm so stressed over this math test. It's just so difficult. It's so stressful thinking of this math test tomorrow. Top of head, it's so stressful for this math test I have tomorrow. Now take another deep breath. Now you might find that you're starting to think, oh, maybe it's not quite so bad. A little more calmness is coming in. You're feeling a little more relaxed about the test now. Now you can go around and say, I have this test tomorrow and I'm really worried about how I'm going to do. This math test tomorrow, I'm concerned. I don't know how good I'm going to do. I really need to ace this test. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? I guess I could take the test over again. I'm sure Mr. Smith will let me take the test again. You know, I am a good student and I did study. I don't know why I'm so worried about it. I've always done pretty good on my math test. Collarbone. I think I could do all right. I'm feeling a little better. I am a good student. I really enjoy math. Even though sometimes it's very difficult, I enjoy it. Top of head. I'm feeling better about this test. I'm sure I'm going to do okay. Nothing to worry about. You've got this, girl. Take a deep breath. How do you feel? You've got this, girl. Guy, each of you. When you start tapping, you start telling yourself, all is well. You are lovable just the way you are. You are acceptable just the way you are.